and I wanted to welcome you officially to our statistics course. It's online, and it's going to be a little bit self-paced, a little bit on a schedule. So the first thing to note is that this is actually 2 courses. There's Math 0, 3, 4, 2, which is your college prep side, kind of getting you ready for the real hardcore academic statistics, math 1, 3, 4, 2. And what we do is we blend them together into one mega course. So 6 units, it's a lot. You can do it. I'm here to help. I want to give you kind of an overview of how this course is going to go. So the first thing I want you to realize is that this has a very strong mastery-based feel to it, meaning that I do not want my students, you, to progress through content that you don't understand. I don't want you, for example, I don't want you to skip addition and go straight to multiplication. That's a very watered down version of what I'm trying to say. The reason for that is because in this course, we build so much module after module. We cannot do hypothesis testing if we don't understand confidence intervals. We can't do confidence intervals if we don't understand distributions. And we can't do distributions if we don't understand basic probability. What are all those things? We're going to learn about all of them. But anyway, the point is it was going to build. So I need to make sure that we have a baseline understanding of each module or each big idea before we move on to the next. So let me show you how that's going to work in practice for this course. So what you'll see when you establish your My Open Math account, there's a separate video for that, is you're going to see a bunch of different tabs. So if I kind of collapse these tabs, you're going to see 5 modules and then also one for the final exam. You're also going to have at the top course information, which is exactly what it sounds like, how to reach me, what are our policies, yada, yada, yada. And then you're going to have Excel files. So we are going to be using Excel extensively in this course. You do not have to make your own Excel files. That is insane. I have made Excel files for you to use that should hopefully feel like you're just plugging in stuff and reading results. You don't have to program anything. All right, so let's just look at the first module, probability. So you're going to start off with an orientation assignment. Do you know how to use, like a basic file? Can you open up an Excel file? Can you save a file? That kind of stuff. Then we're going to get into inequalities. So here you're going to see, okay, watch all these videos, look at all these examples. Now attempt the homework. So if you click on this, you'll just go straight into the homework. It's pretty self-explanatory, but for grins, let's just look. So here's what homework would look like in Mom. Tells you there's a due date. Okay, look, here's a question. Next question. Here's a question. Next question. So once you hit all the answers, you would just hit submit. Progress saves automatically. I think that Mom is very straightforward. If you need help, please let me know. We can schedule a time to Zoom and walk through together. All right, so blah, blah, blah. You're doing all this math, having a great time. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's this pit stop. So the pit stop is going to be a, whoa, wait, let me check for understanding. You've done all these assignments. Now let's take this little, 10 or 20 question assessment and let's see how you do. If you get 90% or better, it's going to unlock the next section in that module, which you can see is going to be fractions, basic probability, and then some concepts in probability that are a little more advanced and new. So, okay, well, what if you don't get a 90% on this pit stop? Not a problem. Go back, take it again, see what you missed, see where your weaknesses are, work on those, conference with me, master them, retake it, get your 90 and move on. So there's no penalty. You need to take it 100 times. Great, go for it. It's only ever going to keep and record your best score up to that point. So then there's going to be another pit stop after the last batch of assignments for that module. Same thing. Do we know what we're doing? Have we mastered these concepts? Are we feeling confident in the material? If so, cool, take your test. So here would be where exam 1 is. You've passed all your pit stops. You're ready to take your test. And once you take the test, you get one attempt, one attempt, only one time. And that's going to be your score for the exam on that module. Once you take your exam for module 1, module 2 will unlock. And then you go through the same process again, pit stops, etc. So I am very flexible. This is a distance learning course. So for me, that means that I expect my students to be parents. I expect my students to be workers. I expect my students to have a non-conventional schedule. So I need to be flexible with that. I need to understand where you guys are coming from. So it might not be the case that every Monday at midnight you can do your homework. And I get that. So I want to be flexible without edging into that territory of like, oh, they're not going to do anything. So I have some deadlines set up for each module. Basically, about every 3 weeks, a module is going to be due. So that means that you, as the student, need to figure out your pace in order to complete one module every 3 weeks. My suggestion is log in every day. Attempt one problem every day. Be consistent at just that bare minimum. If you have energy, go for it. Go on blast, be full Jedi, knock out an assignment, but at least log in every day. Next level up, complete an assignment to 70% about every other day. That's a very good pace for this course, about 3 assignments a week. The next level up from that, make sure you're hitting your first pit stop at least a week before the module closes. So you can see that there were 2 pit stops. There's a midpoint, and then there's like a last stop before you take the exam. Make sure you're hitting that first pit stop at least a week before the module closes. That's a bit on the late side, but sometimes it's a slow start, and then we kind of sail into the end. I'm going to be reaching out to all of you. I'm going to be watching all of you. I can see what you guys are doing online. So my intention is to just have lots of communication. Good luck. Email me if you need me. I will be sending an individual message to you probably about midway through the first week.